It's time for Mooseltoe. Look at that moose. He has a lot of decorations in his mustache and on his antlers. What is going on? Mooseltoe. This is a dedication page. He wrote the book for Francine, who is always perfectly perfect. And this is the illustrator. This was the author. This is the illustrator. And he wrote the book to Catherine, who makes every day feel like Christmas. With love, Hen. Oh, that's really cool. Here we go. 'Twas the season, and Moose was merry. He joyfully tickled the ivories with a tuneful of tidings and a flurry of fa-la-la-la-las. He was so full of ho-ho-hos. Even his mustache had the holiday spirit. Look at his Coco's dancing. But Moose was more than just a bit merry and bright. He was busy, busy, busy. There was lots to be done on his list of to-dos, but with orderly organization, a bit of regimentation, lots of imagination, and just plain old Moose know-how, getting ready for the big day should have been simple, easy, yes, in all probability, just perfectly perfect. He wasted not one merry minute. Moose got moving and put some hustle into the holiday bustle. He went to work. He wrote cards and letters till his hooves hurt. Check. He stopped. He shopped till he dropped. Check. Look at that. He really did drop. He hauled home boxes and bags and presents galore. Moose had gifts for everyone stacked from the ceiling to the floor. Check, check, check. Then he rapped, yo, 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 and he ribboned, ho, 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 and on each and every package he tied a big, beautiful bow. Check and double check. So far, so simple, so easy, so perfectly perfect. He's doing a great job. Another look at the list, and Moose headed for the kitchen. He pulled out the pots and pans and bowls, sifted through stacks and racks of cookbooks. He whisked with his left, spooned with his right. Moose baked tons of tins of cookies. Check. Dozens of cakes and breads and sweets. Check, check, check. He made jellies, sticky jams. Moose roasted a goose and some chestnuts. He toasted marshmallows and yams. Check, check, check. Triple check. Yes, yes, so simple, so easy, but of course, so perfectly perfect. He's even a good baker. The decorations were up next on his list of things to do and get done. So Moose decked the halls, then spruced up the walls. He beaded, bowed, and mooseltoed. He gathered garlands, roped wreaths, and holly. Jingle bells, sang Noels. Oh, good golly, this Moose was jolly. Check, 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 check. Look at him. He is a jolly moose. Last but not least, he hung all the stockings, each and every one, with special care. And just in time, too, Santa soon would be there. Check and final check. Yes, sirree, getting ready for Christmas was an absolute snap. And so simple, so easy. And if he did say so himself, Moose thought, totally, utterly, completely, perfectly perfect. On that night before Christmas, Mother, little Sissy, Bucky, and Junior looked all through the house. What a job Moose had done. Everything looked beautiful, bountiful, festive, quite fine indeed. There was just one minor problem, if you will. Oh dear, sighed the missus, as the five stared at one empty corner. Oh my! Oh me, oh gee. Pop? What happened? Cried Junior. You forgot the tree. He forgot the Christmas tree. He did all that hard work and forgot the Christmas tree. Oh man. Oops. Where would they hang the tinsel? String the popcorn? Light the lights? Where would Santa leave his gifts for the kiddos on Christmas Eve night? So Moose pulled on his galoshes and put on his hat. He would find a tree somewhere, somehow, and that's all there was to that. So out went the Moose, braving blustery blowing winds and the cold trudging through snowdrifts, courageous and bold. There he goes. He's got to get a tree for the family. Moose first hoofed it down to the corner. Not a tree had to be had. Then he slid around the block. Uh-oh, things were looking bad. He went down every boulevard, street, and little road. He looked down lanes and alleys. Every tree had been sold. There wasn't a branch, not a twig, not even one lousy bowless bough hanging around. Nope, nada, nothing. Not a tree to be found. Sold out, sold out. Oh, poor Moose, what's he gonna do? No tree, sighed a sad Moose as he came home empty-handed that snowy evening. There he is. He's all full of snow and he's cold, but there's no tree. The kids tried to make the best of it. They said, "Oh, so who needs a tree?" But Moose could plainly see they were short on the glee. He knew he had to do something, and that's just what he did. That's what dads do, huh? They fix it, don't they? Or moms. Moms fix things too. In the empty corner, he stood, spread out his arms very wide. Then he smiled at his children, and he winked to his bride. "Kids," he declared, "fetch your forgetful pop some of that tried and true family glop." What's he going to do? So back came the kids carrying a big pot of glue, and without a word to one another, they knew just what to do. They took each part, grabbing strands, taking hold, then carefully, oh so carefully, they glopped and they plopped and they pasted and they pressed. They curled, they twirled, every which way a follicle could fathom, until Moose's magnificent moustache was indeed even more of a marvel to see. He has this super long mustache. What do you think they do with it? They make it into a Christmas tree. Their dad becomes the Christmas tree for them. Moose was just a few needles shy of being an evergreen tree. They strung Moose with lights from his head to his toes and draped him with tinsel, beginning right with his nose. They hung balls that were shiny and bells that twinkled, candy canes, berries, and plum sugar sprinkled. Then they all stood back. Junior plugged in his pop. Ooh, ah. Yes, Moose truly was an incredible sight. He was glorious and glowing. And boy, oh boy, was he ever bright. He looks like a Christmas tree. Then Junior placed the star on top of Moose's head. He gave him a kiss and a pat, and they all headed off to bed. Except Moose, of course. He stayed in the corner instead, still twinkling and blinking and waiting for Santa. Oh, so it wasn't so simple and it wasn't so easy and okay. It wasn't so perfectly perfect. But do you know what? It was pretty close. I like this page. It says it was pretty close. It was almost a perfect Christmas, wasn't it? But look at this. Here is the star, and here are Moose's eyes. And here are some eyes, and above these eyes it says, ho, ho, ho. Who do you think this is? I think you're right. It's Santa Claus. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a perfectly perfect Christmas. And if not, it'll figure itself out and still be wonderfully perfect.